In the world of test piloting, once a guy gets to be the chief test pilot, it is normal for the chief test pilot to go out and fly all the good stuff. And that was the way it was at Grumman. There was a man by the name of Corky Meyer for years was the chief test pilot, and anytime a goodie came up, a first flight or a bonus flight, we got extra pay if it was hazardous. The lead guy, the chief pilot, would end up going out and doing it. There was a fellow there that worked at Grumman, and I won't mention his name, became the chief pilot, and he did everything, and the rest of us were doing the dog work. And I said, if I ever get to be chief pilot, I'm going to share the load a little bit. And those guys, I got to be the first flight pilot. There's two other guys that were very lucky that I got to be the first flight pilot in the F-117. Because I said if I got to be chief pilot, as I said, I would share. And I had two guys working for me we were very close, Dave Ferguson and Tom Morgenfeld. Dave was an Air Force guy. Tom was a Navy guy. When it came time for the F-22 to come along, I had plans. I was dreaming about sailing around the world, and I was getting to be, closer to 55. And so I said, I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, and I gave Dave Ferguson the project pilot job. I was the chief pilot and director of flight ops, but he was the project pilot and would be flying the first flight on the F-22. The day he went out and flew that first flight, I was out there watching it, and I was saying, man, I wish I had made that promise. But I was very envious of the day he got to fly. I would have been able to fly the airplane if I had just exercised my rights as the chief pilot. And then the next airplane, the F-35 that came along, Tom Morgenfeld got to fly the first flight. So each one of us got a first flight, and I'm kind of proud of that.